Hey, there we go.
Hello and welcome to the Den of Tools.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us now? Are we coming in 5x5, that kind of thing? Oh, let's see here.
Somebody else said no sound.
No sound, no audio. One moment, please. We have sound. Oh
Thank
my gosh,
you
and
for coming
sun.
to
Sun and sound. Woo!
super bright.
You gotta speak up a little bit, brother.
Super bright.
Because we got helos.
Yes.
Well, we're trying doing it outside today because A, the weather's beautiful, and B, maybe better internet connectivity. So we're trying it. We're trying it with an experiment. It's fun. It's different.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to say the ossicones are brought to us by Daughter of Ra.
Yay! Thank you, daughter.
Yay!
All right, these are gonna have to go. I like them, but they're too dark. Let me try. Maybe we'll try the high contrast to see if those do any better. Oh wow! Oh wow! I can really read the chat now. This is awesome. Levick says, "Missed you at the car meet. Must have gone to Baja 5. No, we had a rough day yesterday, and everyone ended up sleeping in this morning.
Yep.
No one. We all forgot to set our alarm clocks, and it was just not. It was not a good morning. Can you do a history of Klein tools? Yes, I should definitely do a history of Klein tools. Kill King says, I just bought a Craftsman ratchet screwdriver today. Nice upgrade to my tools. Ratchet screwdrivers have their place. I don't use them every day, but when you need it, you really do. Boy, I gotta tell you, speaking of ratchet stuff, I got that little icon set, and that saved our butt yesterday. We were doing the install on the running boards on the RAM, and you have to get everything on like finger tight and get it all lined up, and then you have to ratchet everything down. Well, once you get the boards on, it's next to impossible to get in there and get to these two bolts. And the thing that saved the day was being able to bend backwards on the socket to get in there and get it. And I didn't have any other tool that could have done that job. Let me see here. What's the best top bottom or top bottom combo deal right now? Looking for cheaper upgrade. Boy, I don't know. I've not seen a lot of good deals right now. Somebody had a deal. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't like a screaming deal. I think it was over at Lowe's. But then it was a Cobalt box if you could find them.
Says we're buffering.
Of course we're buffering. Yeah, we are buffering. Of course we are. All right, let's see here. Hold on, got the iPhone here. Oh,
one moment, please.
Yeah. All righty. Any better? It's not any better. This is ridiculous. What am I paying for exactly here?
We thought that one of the other reasons it would be nice to be out here, other than frying me live on the internet in the sun, would be that we wouldn't have so many issues. I feel kind of like, remember back in the day when you had like tinfoil,
yeah,
rabbit ears, and somebody would have to like adjust it, but then they couldn't move, and so then just watch the program like this. I'm kind of feeling like that right now. I feel like I'm having a retro moment. They probably can't see us or hear us as I'm rambling on about this, but
I don't know. Can you do me a favor? Can you take this?
Yeah.
And go set it on the edge of the truck. We'll see if this. If you can hear it, the helicopters, those are tourist flights. And we still got nothing.
Undecked Hydra says you're all good, hearing you loud and clear.
Oh, no, and to switch to red and green.
Yeah.
I've never seen yellow before. That was
Wings and Pizza said, haha, today's youth will never know the struggle. That is so true.
Oh my gosh.
Also, like, I think we had a TV where you needed a set of pliers to turn it.
Oh, yeah.
Because the thing had come off.
Yeah. Oh, it says we're green now. Livingston's just starting to restore my childhood bicycle from the 90s. Huffy Street Runner 5-speed.
Huffy.
Oh my gosh. Shifter, was it the shifter that was like on the crossbar kind of thing? Mine was a Stingray. I had that. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Fantastic bit Ratchet review this week. Thank you, Mark. Mark said that it was interesting going through all of those, and I'm going to try and post some videos of some of the projects. We've used them twice now. Like basically, it's saved my butt twice in 2 days, needing to get that little mini Ratchet, and it's funny because I didn't have them before, and all of a sudden I need them. Michael says getting sporadic signal drops. Yep, we're trying to hopefully fix that. Mike says, hi y'all, be back shortly getting my tools put up from working on my RAM. Know that feeling. Whoops, sorry about that, y'all. Ricky says, will you be testing any of the new Flex tools? Is the new Flex battery a gimmick? Tool Review Zone thinks Flex stinks. Is that true? I don't think he thinks that Flex stinks. I think he said that the marketing was over the top and ridiculous. From what I've seen, Flex, all the tools I've tested and played with, they're great. They're top-notch, professional grade tools. They got a lifetime warranty. The battery tech could reasonably be good. I don't know. I'm taking a wait and see on the battery tech. Let's see here. Pierre says, everyone remember to say at Data Tools if you want the bear to see your comments. That's true. In fact,
yes.
I don't mistake, I do this.
I can't see anything on the screen.
There we go, right above us.
Looks like I'm looking like a crazy person. It's because I can't.
Aren't you looking at it on your phone?
Our son is with the neighbors, so that's what I was.
All right. Let's see here. Da-da-da. Hold on. Jumped on me again. Ta-da. Beep, beep. Nice. Greetings and salutations, Mr. and Mrs. DeBear. That's from Inferno. Hey, how's it going? And Fred says, there I keep getting double voce. Yes, on the bottom crossbar, 5-speed turbo shoe. Yes, exactly. That was a cool bike.
I don't think I had one. I had a Huffy, but not that one.
Gary says, it's been a long, sad day. Our son-in-law passed away last of cardiac arrest. He was 41. 2 days, 14 years, and 18 months old, and one on the way. Oh my gosh. That is so terrible.
We will definitely keep your family in our prayers.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I hope I didn't just close that. No, I minimized it. Thank goodness. Thought I just possibly closed the window that's actually running the live stream. That would be my luck.
That would be no bueno.
Joe's Mama, $5 tip jar. How's it going? It's going. It has been a weekend and a half, but it's going. It's actually been pretty awesome. We although let's see here, we camped out. So was it last week? The Big Bear and I set out. We had some local grocery store was selling super cheap bacon wrapped filet mignon steaks, and so we got the skewers, and he and I roasted them just right over the fire. No grate, just on a skewer stick, holding it. Some of the best steaks I ever had. So she went back and bought a whole bunch more. This time I thought I'd get clever, and I wrapped them in tin foil, and I did this whole production and stuff with them. They came out tasting like they'd been boiled. It was awful.
It just changed the consistency.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Craig says, hello from Omaha. Any recommendations for a truck bed toolbox? That's a good question. There's been a lot of that back and forth kind of stuff. The Cobalt ones are decent, and I've seen them go on sale pretty cheap. So like if I was actually just thinking about getting one myself, and that's probably where I would start looking. There's better ones out there, true, but for the money, I don't know if you're gonna find something that's like a best bang for the buck kind of thing. It's better than those. Although Tractor Supply, when they have a good sale, and Spring Black Friday is coming up, you might find a good deal there. Hold on, we got sounds like a big rig coming through here. Nope, it's a completely rigged up Jeep with a big old 8-cylinder in it. Nice looking.
Also, Blessing Property Maintenance. Welcome to Cub status.
Woohoo!
So thank you for joining. We no longer have a bell, but just know that I'm dinging it.
Interhead. Any shenanigans with the neighbors so far? We had a nice a camp out the other day. We all sat around and passed the drinks around and talked and stuff. Just nice people around here. It's great. That's what you do when you're out camping and stuff. You meet all sorts of great people. Halen's has got the truck running. Took my Ryobi impact driver and the Dremel. Cut the last piece of the bearing off the spindle. Oh, that's awesome. Not fun work to do, but at least you're getting it done. Bob the Builder says, liking the glasses. I should say, full disclosure, the glasses here are from a company called Heatwave, and they're kind of new trendy glasses, really big in the off-roading and like desert, all the guys who run the Baja and stuff wear stuff like this. And my son got me into them, and I wasn't all that inspired by them at first. It's kind of a look that kind of grows on you.
It really does.
But see if I'm trying to find out where it says on here. See if I can get it so you can see this. I'm not sure if you can read that. There we go. These are Z87 rated. These are they even have little side shields you can clip on them. I've got clear ones here with the side shields on it. Nice wraparound style, and I've got the high vis kind of stuff, or the contrast. And actually, so I saw on their website they had it. I've never seen somebody who had such a wide selection of safety rated glasses. So I reached out to them. They're like, hey, yeah, we see you got a channel and stuff. Can we send you some for review? And me, I'm like, sure, I'll take a look at them. And I'm actually really impressed. I mean, they're good quality glasses. It's a US based company. They're made in Taiwan. They sent me these for now. Normally, for years I've been rocking the Maui Jims, and I love the way they feel. I love the classic aviator look, but I'm really ticked off with the company. In fact, a lot of sunglass companies. I had Oakley's back in the day, and they wouldn't honor their warranty. They sold me this whole thing about, oh, we got like a warranty. If you have any problems, just send it in, and they didn't want it. Maui Jims, these are $225 glasses at least.
Yeah.
$300. And they didn't honor the warranty on it, and I'm pretty ticked. Yeah,
it's just a super bummer, especially because I think all of us in the community, we all value our value. I speak English sometimes, occasionally, hopefully tonight. We all value our dollar. Our dollars are time away from our family and work, and so if you do spend anything you spend money on, if there's a warranty, you want them to stand behind it. And it's really disappointing to find out that sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Sorry, I will get off my soapbox and stand over here.
Anyway, oh, that was my back. That didn't feel good. City Hunters, have you heard of the tool company Bauer? I just got their scraper for some varnish removal, and it's amazing. They're all made in Sweden, and I cannot recommend them enough. Yeah, I've definitely heard of them. I've never had a chance to. I'm trying to think. Actually, I think I did meet some of their people at a trade show. Well, I'm also going to be later this week. I'm going to be at the National Hardware Show, so look for us there. Let's see here.
I will be right back.
Okay. And let's see here. Dude, I like the new look. It's cool. You know what I like about them is they're so wide that it's just like looking through a plate glass window rather than these little I mean, I love the look of the aviators. I think I look awesome in them, of course, but there's a lot of gaps around them. And with those, I don't have to wear wraparounds and still I get good coverage because wraparounds just make me hot. I get it for safety if I'm doing something. But like we were under the truck and stuff, and we were all wearing those. So I'm pretty happy. I'm kind of stoked about them. We need to get you on a tool truck and trying some industrial brands like Proto, Williams, and Wright. What are you talking about? We we've talked to Wright. We gave some away at Christmas. We gave away a set of Wright tools at Christmas. I got some protos over there. Williams. I'm not. I've tested Williams. I'm not. I don't know if I would call Williams an industrial brand. They not great quality. I'm a huge fan of Wright, and Proto makes some excellent stuff as well. Uh, Inferno says, I'm getting my first angle grinder. Is the cordless Bauer 7 amp angle grinder a good buy? For home basic stuff, it is. I'm going to say what I always say, which is this. If you're getting an angle grinder, either get corded or get brushless. Because cordless brushed angle grinders will. It's not that they don't have power, it's just the battery life. They just have terrible, terrible battery life. So either get the brushed or the brushless or get corded. I'm a big fan of corded myself. So, um, Alice Alien says popped in to say hi, hit the like button, gotta run. It's the anniversary. Happy anniversary. Um, was it like Milwaukee wireless tool sets? But is there a better wireless tool set out there that isn't too pricey? Oh my gosh, there are tons of them. But it all depends on the tool for the job. What are you using it for? I mean, if you are a mechanic, uh, and you do a lot of stuff and you're like heavy line, you do it every day, 10, 12 hours a day. If it was me, I would probably be having Milwaukee tools in the pits there. If you are doing high end construction kind of stuff and you really need that kind of power, you're doing large beams and that kind of stuff. I would also get Milwaukee, but Makita, that's what we used back in the day. Makita's great. Cobalt as a prosumer, it gets into that level of dealing with pros as well. The Ryobi HP stuff can do it as well. The DeWalt XR is a decent line. The Flex tools, you get the lifetime warranty again. At least for now, they've extended it through the end of this year. If you buy it, you get lifetime warranty. There's a lot of options besides Milwaukee. Um, the Pierre says, if you have to buy a set from one of the big tool guys for a job / school, which would you pick? Snap-on, Matco, etc. I would never buy Snap-on. A, I think they're overpriced. B, I think they are legitimately the evil corporation. Like, when you watch some movie and there's always some like evil corporation that's behind this who's scheming to like put like radioactive stuff in the swimming pools. That's Snap-on. They target, a lot of you heard this rant before, but I'm going to repeat it for the new people. Snap-on, their business, they're not selling to you. They couldn't give 2 cents about you. Their customer is the dealer, the franchise owner, the guy driving the truck. And what they do is they just wear those guys out, run them into the ground, ruin their credit, ruin their lives, make them lose everything, and then they take everything back and sell it to the next guy. And they rinse and repeat, and they target vets specifically because they come in with that rah, knowing the vet's going to get an instant backing from the small business because of the veteran status, and they just use them up and throw them away, and it's absolutely disgusting. I've spent hours and hours and hours, talked to over 100 different former franchise owners who've had their lives ruined by that company. People say I buy it because I believe in America and I support American jobs. No, you don't. If you did, you'd buy it from somebody else. There's plenty of people. Proto's made in the U.S. Wright is a fantastic company. I don't know why you wouldn't buy from Wright. If somebody held a gun to my head, oh, I don't know, Cornwell or Matco is probably where I'd go. I would have said 5 years ago, I would have said SK, and there were SK trucks out there and stuff. honestly, gear wrench, stuff like that, find an independent guy. Buy from an independent. They're going to give you best in breed at the best prices. Work with the independents. Um, the Bear, have you seen Princess Jamie's new truck and trailer? It's I did see it. Actually, she and I were just chatting on Instagram, and I was trying to flex on her that we are planning to go to Baja and stuff, and of course she put me in my place. Anyway, she's just all over, keeps buying these trucks. She had that other truck, and now she's got the new one and stuff. I'm just jealous. Don't mind me. Um, though I'm gonna get that Jeep of hers one of these days. She can turn around, it's gonna be gone and park right next to my truck. Um, Good evening from Tennessee. Hey, Homily, how's it going? Sorry, guys, it's so bright out here. It's kind of hard, not kind of hard. It's really hard to read the display and the table I'm using. I'm using, of course, my Hart workbench with the clamps. See, got my clamps. I could clamp my laptop right to the table. No, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, I love this table, but it doesn't have a lot of leg room when you're using it like that. Let me ratchet that thing back on there. All right, where did my wife go? I'm drinking her soda. I think Nope, not drinking that. That's terrible. That's some like grapefruit bubbly fizz stuff. I hate grapefruit. Let's hear. Hey, gals and bears. Oh, Dr. Falcon, how you doing? And Duke says, I'm looking at getting a box truck and was wondering how you would go about doing the shelves. I'm thinking a combo of Packout and Icon toolboxes. Oh, man, that's Icon. You're talking about like the actual like workbench kind of stuff? Because here's the deal. And I know box trucks can carry some weight and stuff, but that's a lot of weight to put in there. And maybe and maybe it'll be fine. I've never done a build out like that, but that sounds cool. I'd love to. I love box trucks. I actually like step vans. Step vans are like one of my kind of things I geek out about. How would you go about doing the shelving? I would probably I'd probably build it out in wood and then find some way to rivet fasteners into the wall. Or riv nuts. Riv nuts would be kind of cool. I don't know. I'd probably just rivets. Riv nuts sound cool, but anyway, you'd have to do some waterproofing on it probably. I have to think about that. That's a good idea. Jim says you guys are looking like America's Most Wanted with a bunch of disguises on. Well, we not only do the disguises, we have our mobile getaway area. We're constantly going around trying to stay one step ahead of the law. Wohawk says my back surgery has been postponed. Oh, geez. I mean, at some level, it's got to be kind of a relief that it's not going to happen right now. But the other level, you're like, I need to get this done. And it's just putting off and just have that little, that thing hanging over your head like that. That sucks. Bob the Builder says, I read that one. And then I think it's Kevin says, what do you think of the new 18-volt rigid line that came out? I'm in the rigid line and I find them intriguing. Rigid makes good tools. And I used to be in the rigid line. Rigid does not stand behind their warranty 100%. They use every weasel trick they can to get out of that lifetime service agreement. It's not a warranty, it's a service agreement. And it really ticks me off. And they've screwed a lot of people every couple times. I probably get 4 or 5 emails a month saying, hey, I saw your thing about rigid and, I thought it'd be fine, but I went ahead and bought them anyway. And sure enough, they did the same thing to me. Why didn't I listen? And it sucks. On top of that, every 3 to 5 years, they reinvent themselves because they're the middle child between Ryobi. Ryobi knows exactly what it is, and it does it great. Milwaukee knows exactly what they are, and they do it great. Rigid's like they try to get too powerful, and somebody, a Milwaukee exec says, no, you can't do that, and they get smacked down. They go too budget, and a Ryobi exec smacks them, and they get knocked down. They just don't know. They don't have an identity, and they can't keep producing the same tools. I don't know why.
Did you read Shaka's super chat?
No, I did not.
$2 super chat.
Woo!
Ryobi tools are trash.
I've heard that before.
I've never heard that.
Really?
Never. Thank you for letting us know, Shaka.
Snarky says, I'm not sure if this is a must-get deal or more of a meh, but Costco has the Metabo. I saw that. That is it's the 12-inch miter saw. That's a pretty good deal. I need to look more into it, but it's not a bad deal at all, especially since it's a 12-inch. Bear says, howdy, Bear fans and fam.
Hello.
How's everyone day been today? Staying safe and groovy. It's been a slow, if somewhat arduous day. We're both exhausted. Neither of us slept well last night. We just had a long weekend. Had lots of good stuff, but it's just been a lot. I don't know if you can tell, I got really sunburned yesterday. My head's going to be peeling in a day or two. It's tender.
Yep,
I'm feeling it.
Yep, which is why I'm kind of surprised we're sitting in the sun. But
well, I have my head covered. And the rest of me, I'm fine. It's late evening. There's clouds. The Fred says, in 2008, when I had my heart bypass, I probably had 1 foot in the grave. 2 of the 4 arteries were 99% blocked. I passed my stress test, but chest still killing me, so told my doc. Oh my gosh. Father Miller says, I'll have to get some for work. See, that's the thing is, like, I constantly am talking about, you got to have eye protection. You got to use eye protection. And I tell people, and a lot of people don't wear it. A lot of people are like, well, I don't have to, I put them on, then I take them off. See, with stuff like this, you can put them on, and you just wear it all day, and you don't even think about it. And you look good while you're doing it. That's the real appeal to it. In fact, I'd be wearing them right now, except I can't read the chat messages.
Yep. New York Trucker 63 with a $5 super chat says, what do you think of the Craftsman 8.25 table saw?
Well, I'm not a fan. It's a job site saw, and it's really just for ripping lumber. And I don't understand why Craftsman needs to make a compact job site saw. That's a DeWalt thing. If you're going to be just on a job site ripping lumber all day, then get a DeWalt or get the Harbor Freight or get some other one. I wouldn't buy the Craftsman, and I'm not a fan of small job site saws anyway, or compact saws. So it's not really on my radar as something I would want to have. I wouldn't buy one.
Yeah. A number of people are telling you to put aloe on your sunburn.
Yeah. Or just let the dog keep licking. Anyway.
John, I did see your message.
Do that.
I will look for the video you sent me. Thank you so much. The FS Boy sent $1 super chat with American flag. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Do you know that if Metabo is going to be coming out with new tools for their existing power tool system? I love my drill and impact. I don't know. Yeah, they're not very vocal on what they're going to do. They just kind of do it when they do it. Gary says, I like the Icon bit and think of getting a second set for the house. It is without a doubt. I have all these sets. I gave Duncan the Weehaw set, which is basically, it's a lot like it, doesn't have all the extensions and stuff. I'm really kind of bummed about the Wera set. That was the set I thought I was going to be really excited about, and I don't really care for it. I'm trying to think if there's any of the other sets that are like, none of the other sets really stood out as far as I was concerned. I do like the little, I'm looking around because I think it's over, no, it's over there. The Titan, the pivoting one. That one's nice.
The little one?
Yeah.
I like that one too. You can give it to me if you want.
Nope.
But I'm cute.
Yeah, well, yeah, so am I. Anyway, who's this? Property maintenance. I've been thinking about switching to Craftsman line from Bauer. I do a lot of handyman type stuff. Do you think there's an upgrade? Do you need, like, the brushed Craftsman stuff is right in line with the Bauer stuff. It's not any more powerful. I don't think it's any more reliable. So you'd have to go to the brushless stuff. And if you're going to go to the brushless stuff, I would go with Cobalt myself. You get a 5-year warranty versus a 3-year warranty. and I think they're better build quality. Uh, the and the batteries are less expensive. Um, the what is the driving force that makes you want to leave Bauer? If Bauer's not doing for you, what isn't it doing? Um, the Halon says used to have gargoyles and never ever had an issue with the warranty, even when I ran over them. Fred has guess my wife bought me a pair of sunglasses at Walmart for $12. I love them. Michael says, Jeff, can you imagine sunglasses are as popular in the Mideast? The more expensive brands are things purchased once. They get trashed just as fast as the cheap ones. You know, for me, it used to be, I used to wear cheap sunglasses all the time, but they never quite fit right, and they always gave me a headache. On top of that, it was kind of it was an issue with me is if I had cheap sunglasses, I treated them like cheap sunglasses, and I throw them there and they get scratched, everything else. If I have nice sunglasses, I take care of them. I put them back in the case or back in the bag, and yeah, here's the bag that came with my heat waves.
Hi.
And the other one, I like this one better.
Hey, girl child.
Hi, Elle. You gonna come down and say hi to everyone?
Come down. I'm not wearing these shoes though.
That's okay.
Woo.
Hey, Elle.
Yeah?
Tuck it.
Okay, hang on.
And then, let's see here. Oh, I just lost my place.
The girl child's got a
Yay!
haircut.
She did. How you doing, princess?
Good, how are you guys?
I'm doing okay.
I was talking to the chat, not you.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
saying hello to you.
I didn't want to say hello to you either. And
Goofball.
Bye.
David says, what are your thoughts on coupons back at Harbor Freight? Prices are inflated. Coupons bring back the real price from a year ago. That's the thing. There's always been always been coupons. That's the I reached out to Harbor Freight when they did that thing like coupons are back. They've always had coupons. The whole thing was if you got Inside Track, you didn't need the coupon, and then they would print they had the coupons in online. They're not printing them out. The catalog's not coming back, and they're not having those super coupons. And which I said when I did my video about the coupons, the only thing that would be missed was the super coupons. So nothing's changed. They just did some marketing. Now everyone thinks the coupons are back. Let's see here. Where else am I? Excuse me real quick. I might get to my mouse.
Nope, they're for your brother. You've already had some.
Haha. John says, hello, Bear, and hello, all. Bob Biller says, I just got the new one from Flex, and I love it. Very good angle grind. Oh, that is a fantastic angle grind, but it's not a cheap one either. Definitely not a bargain. Inferno Craftsman says, Williams Tools had their heyday back in the 40s and 50s. In my opinion, it's a zombie brand now. Exactly. They were great tools long ago. Meters Workshop Meter says, Harbor Freight has the 56-inch U.S. General bottom box on sale with coupon for $7.99. Should I pull the trigger on it now or wait for a better sale price? That's a hard question. I mean, I didn't see any. I was expecting to see some stuff in their Spring Black Friday sale, and we didn't see anything. So, if that's the best price, that might be the best. And again, remember they've got their price match guarantee now, so you got 30 days, or is it 90 days? Because you can return it in 90 days. So, tell them you'll return it if they don't price match.
Just a reminder, I see a number of people that are repeating the same question over and over again. We're not ignoring you. We're just behind. And that's just how we are.
I take time to answer questions.
Right. So if you do at the Den of Tools, we will definitely read it. But just saying it over and over again, we're not ignoring you. Like he said, he just takes the time to actually respond. Just a reminder.
Oh, man, that really torqued my back.
Wow. Blessings Property Maintenance with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It says, I am an hour away from any big box store. My local hardware stores have Milwaukee, Craftsman, and DeWalt, and I don't need my tools every day. I do a lot of maintenance repairs for vacation homes. Interesting. So you don't need your tools every day, but you do a lot of maintenance repairs for vacation homes.
That's cool.
Holy guacamole. Zaffiel with a $3 super chat with the pair And then a $500 super chat from Liberties. I'm not sure that that's the amount you meant to send.
Well, first of all, love the name. So, right on there.
Yep.
And holy cow! Did you mean to do that? Because you know you can get a refund if you just fat fingered that.
And that's happened before.
I can't issue it. You have to go through Google to get that. But if you did mean to do it, that dude.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Yes.
Just drinking water tonight, guys. Sorry.
Cheers. Holy guacamole. And it says IO. So, not sure if you had another question. Thank you so much. I know, I feel like
you should dance and do something, you know, like Oscar trick. Yeah.
Dancing. Thank you so much. Holy guacamole. I have no words.
We're speechless.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
It's gonna go to our Baja trip.
What?
I'm taking the boys to Baja to see the Baja 500 at the beginning of June. So, Chaka says buy the Ryobi.
Liberties said sure did.
Sure did.
Do you mean you meant to send that, or you need to get a refund? Either way.
Either way.
Let us know.
Thank you. Either way.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. All support.
Yes.
Mike says I bought one of those spider blades for my table saw. I made a mistake and it nipped me. Ooh, I'm just glad it didn't make me short-handed. Well, other than biting the hand that feeds it, as it were, what do you think? I'd love to hear what you think about the spider saw blades. Always looking for a good, you know, the Diablo's kind of been the tried and true. I've been a big fan of the Irwin Marples as well. The Hercules at Harbor Freight. I find those all to be in the same class. If there's a fourth one, because that's over at Lowe's, and then I can shop, you know, every different store and find something and that's usable, because, you know, I'm fairly brand agnostic. I don't know if I posted the pic, but it was great. We're working on the truck. We've got a Tecton ratchet with cobalt sockets. What else were we using? The Icon Flex ratchet, cobalt ratcheting wrenches, and something else we had going on there. I don't remember what the other stuff was, but it was like we had like all the tools. It was great. The Ed says I'm looking for a drill sawzall circular saw jigsaw set. Drill sawzall circ saw jigsaw set. So, I mean that's the basic stuff. The drill, recip, circ saw, and a jigsaw. I mean, you just got to think about what are the jobs you're going to do with it, and then what do you need. Okay, clearly I'm guessing you're talking about going cordless. Brushless, if you can get it, it's going to give you a little bit more power and longer battery life, which is a big deal. Means you're going to get more work done per battery, and your batteries are going to last longer because they don't get recharged as much. I often say, like, pick the store that you shop at the most. If you find yourself going to Home Depot, then look at Milwaukee and look at Ryobi. If you find yourself going to Lowe's, I would look at the Cobalt, the DeWalt XR series, the DeWalt Atomic series, the Skill stuff, the Skill 20 volt. Those are excellent tools as well. And Flex, if you need the power and stuff, that's the best, literally the best recip saw I've ever used. And I'm kind of a recip saw snob. The first power tool I ever bought 30 plus years ago was a Milwaukee recip saw, and you know, I just love those things.
Neil F with the $10 super chat. Love the vids. Thank you so much, Neil. Super appreciate it. And so glad that you get great information from the videos, or a chuckle.
A budget-friendly hand plane, Hank asked. I honestly don't use hand planes that much, and the ones that I've got came from like garage sales and stuff like that. So I'm not really all that picky. That's where I get my hand planes. Trying to think who else. Oh, Irwin, I think, would be a decent budget one. Um, I would talk to uh, Brad over at Brad's Workbench. He's kind of a plain snob, and I think he collects them, so he might be a good guy to talk to. He'd probably know. He definitely knows more about hand planes than I do. So, and I don't want to try to lead you astray. So I would chat him up unless anybody else wants to comment down there and put in their suggestion for it.
Zapiel thinks. He says, at the Den of Tools, crank the volume if you can. I think the microphone's a little hard because we're outside.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
Let me know if that's too much background noise. I turn it up to 9, and this one does not go to 11. I'm sorry. all the old people in the chat just got that joke. All young guys are like, what? Snap-on, if you're good, then they screw you. Yeah, if you're too good, they'll steal your route and give it to some, like make it a corporate route. You gotta love that.
Oh my gosh, the sun just went behind the clouds. I
Oh.
feel a little bit of relief.
What would you recommend for a cordless pole saw on a budget? All right, so I've had several pole saws sent to me recently, and I meant to do a video on it, and I haven't gotten around to it, and I've left them back in Montana. But I can tell you this, and you're going to think I'm biased. The Bauer is the best one, and the reason I like it is the ergonomics on it, and the extension is built into it. All the other ones I've seen, you've got to store this extra pole somewhere, and if I need to reach a higher branch, well, now I got to go get the pole, then I have to take this thing apart, put the other pole in it. Put the Bauer, you just come down, you like click, extend it, and you're cutting again. It's just simple and it just works. Everything I like about it, I like better than all the other ones I've used. And it's not that expensive. Fred says, sorry about Snap-on. If you do too good with Snap-on, then they try to screw. Yes, that's one. How's the house doing back in Montana? I would take a look at it, but my phone's over there trying to get signal. We got those the Wise cams set up in the house and in the basement. Make sure we don't get any leaks.
Yep.
That the pipes freeze, or they try to freeze again on us. So, Michael says, working on a conspiracy theory about Mr. Gillis and his dislike of Ryobi. Is he a Mister? I thought Chaka was a Mrs.
We don't know.
We don't know.
It's a mystery.
Chaka is the Chaka. Let's just leave it at that. And trying to track down stock prices and buy the company out on a stock market deal. In the anti-stock push, he's trying to push the prices down so they can corner the market on Ryobi stock. I like it. Let me in on it. Let me know how it works. Al says, is the $900 Bauer corded impact wrench worth the difference over the $40 Chicago corded? That's a good question. I don't know about that one. I've never tried the Chicago corded one. I have played with the Bauer one. My guess is no. We should ask the guys over at the Torque Test channel to try it out. I doubt there's much of a difference. John says, howdy from SoCal. What bandsaw guide rollers do you recommend? Delta 14-inch bandsaw. Oh, that's a good question. I don't remember the name of them. Oh, who was it? It's been a while since I've rebuilt a bandsaw. It's been like 5 years, I think. I actually have a video where I rebuilt that rigid one. I'm trying to remember because I tried the cool blocks for a while, and everyone was raving about cool blocks. You got to get cool blocks. I didn't like them. I liked the rollers better, but I can't remember the name that I bought. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. Let's see here.
What's my name?
Giraffe Girl? I don't know. Mark Olson, Ryobi equals buy once, use once. And Pearl Craftsman says, AEG has a great line of tools, but when marketed under rigid here in the US, it doesn't have a place. So I buy it when it's stupid clearance at Depot or Direct Tools. Yeah, that's for sure. My only issue, and if you can get the AEG ones, that's awesome. But my issue with Rigid is I find a tool I like, and 2 years later it's gone, and they've gone with a different route. They're doing something else. I'm like, well, so much for that. Ed's Workshop says that he likes your giraffe ears. They're cool.
I like them too. My ossicones and my giraffe ears. I was trying to think. I mean, giraffes have like long kind of ears, right? He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Obviously, I need to reacquaint myself.
They don't have like super short ears or anything, but I don't think of them having like donkey ears.
No, not like donkeys, but kind of not like this.
Yeah, no, not cat
They're
ears.
kind of like cat ears on this one, but I love the ossicones. Super my favorite.
Downloader video says, "Hey bear, I love bears." Seriously, who doesn't love bears? That's just ridiculous. Who wouldn't? Looks like you need some aloe for the sunburn. Yeah, that's for sure. And Native PhD says, "Have you any thoughts on the Craig Adaptive Kit plunge saw with table and track? Would just get the saw stop or job site saw for a couple hundred more." I like the Craig stuff. It's just really expensive for what you get, and I think you're kind of right. At that point, if I'm going with that, I might just get the saw stop job site. I've played around with the saw stop job site saw. Absolutely love it. It is the only job site saw that I honestly like. This feels like a shop saw that's portable. I want one in the worst way. You have no idea. Can I buy one? Yeah.
He's cute, isn't he?
They that's the one that the saw like drops down so he doesn't cut your fingers off. You don't want me to be Mr. Nubbins, do you?
It would make for an interesting story.
Oh, that'd be great.
No, of course I would want you to be safe. And our children. Yeah.
The Hawk says my Chromebook died, so no surgery does give me the chance to replace it before I'm all laid up. Well, that's good. Trust me, I've had several friends who had back surgery, and having a good laptop to be able to sit there, lay there in bed, and watch stuff is a huge, huge issue.
Also, start asking people and friends, and maybe somebody here could recommend something to you, shows for you to watch. Because my husband's making faces.
Go on.
Because you will watch every single show ever created because you can't sleep. Don't ask me how I know.
Yeah. Good show. If you're not already watching it.
Yeah.
I just read Halon Wolf's comment. Ferrets got fleas.
Yeah.
We went to war. Now they are flea free.
Yay!
Ferrets with fleas. That's a terrible, terrible vision.
Horrible ferrets. Super cute ferrets.
Download says, "Come on, Bear, mention my comment." I love Bear. I did mention your comment. Fred said, "Screwed up. Thought my back surgery was June 6th, but coming it's May 6th.
Oh. So sorry.
Sneaking up on you, huh? The David G says, "What's the deal with coupons?" I don't know if you're the one who commented before, but I kind of answered that before. That is, they've already had coupons. This is nothing new.
Anthony, I know that you didn't do at the Den of Tools, but it says playing the safety angle to buy tools. Nice move. Yeah, I see you in the comments. I know what's up.
Patrick says, "My buddy recently got the Icon Ratchet. We were comparing it to my Snap-on. I have to be honest, I was having a hard time telling them apart. I kind of regret spending $100+. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, the Icon Ratchet, or not the Icon, the Snap-on Ratchet is a good ratchet. It probably maybe the best ratchet out there. The thing is, it's really pricey, and there's a lot of ratchets that cost a half or a third that are so close in quality that it's like, is it really worth 3 times the price for that? Daniel says, "At Lowe's today, all the prices are up, and I believe Delta Contractor saw went up $50. I saw it's like $680 is the last price I saw on it. I could not believe it was that expensive. Bob the Builder says, love my Cobalt stuff. The XTR is very powerful. It's extremely powerful. A lot of people thought that when Flex came out, it was just going to be rebranded XTR stuff. Fred says, I've heard from Washington State has gone down the toilet. They said the whole state is like Seattle now. That's we've only been to the western side of Washington, and people were very nice. We loved it over there. The
Mater's Workshop says at the Den of Tools, good evening, Clarice. I hear you.
As you can say, I was going to eat your kidney with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Bob the Builder says, honestly, if he wants a great handyman brand with a ton of tools, I always say go with Ryobi. I hate the battery system on Ryobi. I hate it, but they've stuck with it. Lots of people have it. It just works, and they get the job done at a really decent price. I know guys. I know a guy who custom builds Lamborghinis with Ryobi tools. I know a lot of aviation techs use Ryobi tools, and my neighbor up in Montana, his dad is a high-end cabinet maker.
Yeah,
uses Ryobi tools. As I said, the tool is far less important than your skills. I could have the best tools in the world, and I couldn't make cabinets like this guy.
Yeah.
Why are you ignoring me? I need to know the best Ryobi builder drill to buy.
No one's ignoring you.
I think Zaf is. Don't worry, Zaf. With well, personally, I think the HP. If somebody's looking for it, the HP is the best one to buy. The David says, a month ago or so, when they offered 20% coupon on anything, they had marked up AC Pittsburgh from $59 to $99. So even with 20% off, you would pay more than the regular price. When they had the marked up the Pittsburgh gauges, really. And yeah, see the Zap comes back. Just kidding.
Fred Hill says, at the Den of Tools, you know wolves have stones when they'll take on black and brown bears in Yellowstone National Park. Unreal. I'm guessing there's a story I missed, but yes, the wolves are sometimes.
Yeah, people are worried about, well, and rightfully so. We told you the story last week about the family with the guy with the grizzly bunt. I'm honestly, like when we go out hunting and stuff, we're more up in the hills and the mountains, so we're rarely hunting in deep forest and shrub. So I'm more worried about wolves, honestly. We've seen some. Dave saw some. He thought they were coyotes or dogs, and he got up and was like, "Oh, those are wolves."
Yep. Yep.
Duncan and I saw one a couple years ago up around there. They're getting pretty popular around there, or populous.
Daughter of Ra says, I see the headband fits. Yes, I don't think you were here at the beginning when I said today's headband is brought to you by Daughter of Ra. Some really cute ones. Thank you so much.
Tracy says, do you have any experience with the Craftsman Impact drill bit sets? I'm thinking, and I don't think that I do. I have a bunch of DeWalt stuff. I got some Harbor Freight stuff. I've got some Bosch bits. I've got Wera. A bunch of other ones, but I don't think I have any of the Craftsman ones.
I know I'm jumping ahead. Mater's Workshop. I seriously could not have said this better. At the Den of Tools, you can spend thousands of dollars on all of the tools in the world, but the most important and useful one is the one between your ears.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so true. I think, I always say necessity is the mother of invention. I think 90% of the people in our community have been somewhere and something wonky has happened, and you're like, son of a gun, I don't have the tools, so I'm going to have to MacGyver this, and you just have to find a solution. So you do what you got to do.
Is that a Jeep again?
Another vehicle. Yep.
Same Jeep.
Doing rounds.
That says it has an LS3 in it.
Maybe they're just like showing you what you've won.
Maybe. Are they delivering it? Because that's awesome. It has an LS3
You
engine.
can move the truck forward; it'll fit.
Yeah.
Or,
Park it right there.
Anyways, sorry, I digress.
Inferno Craftsman says the Spider carbide tip hole saws are awesome, like butter through wood and brick. Those are the ones I first tested when I first heard about Spider, and it was at the National Hardware Show about 4 years ago. I tried those, and they were fantastic. But I've tried a lot of other Spider stuff and was less impressed with it. Like specifically the recip blades did not blow me over in the least bit. Bear One says, do you ever get a chance to deep dive that drill bit company, Drill Hog? I did not. Sorry. We've just been so busy with moving and doing stuff here and whatnot. Barbecue 76, Denna Tools, put Denna Tools so Denna Tools will read your comment to @Denna Tools. If you don't put @Denna Tools, the @Denna Tools most likely will not read your comment. Bear.
Wow.
See, I read the whole thing. Die, hey Die.
Hey.
Hit up the Direct Tools 40% off sale. Got a Ryobi multi-tool for $15 and a corded angle grinder for $25. Not much Milwaukee at this store. Ironic since it's outside of Milwaukee. $15 for a multi-tool. That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
I
was trying to make a note so I don't forget something. But it was one of your great ideas.
Fred says, I can't believe the pinheads in DC. We've gone from paying to 2,680 more this year, or goes now to paying for goods. Was it 80? What is that?
What number is
dollar percentage? 860. There are people who can't pay this increase. And Zaf had said, was that when I cranked the volume from before? Is that the comment? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you again. Super appreciate when you guys give us feedback, like we're buffering or you can't hear us or I have ossicones on my head, and stuff.
Jeff, do you know there's a difference between Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh Pro? Or if there is definitely a difference between Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh Pro. My understanding, though, is I thought Pittsburgh Pro was going away as it's being replaced by Quinn. There are still some Pittsburgh Pro stuff out there, but I don't think there's going to be anything new coming in. And honestly, back today, it was good stuff. It more than decent. Inferno says, what's the best cutoff wheels and angle grinder accessories should I buy at Harbor Freight? Don't buy the Warrior stuff, I can tell you that. I don't know. I always try to go with I'm not a snob when it comes to a particular brand for consumables like that, but I usually just buy the best one I can get that's on sale. And I don't know. Maybe I haven't paid enough attention to be like, oh, the Makita's better than the Dewalt or whatever. The Hercules stuff I've tried at Harbor Freight has been pretty good. The bits I have, where is it? I just had one of their bits lying right here that I've been using for everything. Now I probably lost it.
I might have helped you reorganize something. Hang on, I just have to hop in here for a hot second. Best tennis player, I know that you've commented a couple times. I don't see that you're doing it at the Den of Tools. It says, Mr. Den,
Best tennis?
Would you join Harbor Freight Inside Club if you didn't get it for free? We don't get it for
I don't
free.
get it for free, and I've paid for it for years. I paid for it before I started. Realize I've been doing this for 6+ years at this point. And I've been talking about Harbor Freight since video number 4 or something like that. I'm talking about them for years before they started sending me tools and stuff. I don't get paid by Harbor Freight. They send tools. So does Tecton. Craftsman has sent tools. DeWalt has sent stuff. Flex has sent stuff. Who else? About everybody in the sun. The only companies, Makita's never sent me anything. Bosch has never sent me anything. And Milwaukee has never sent me anything. Wait. Or did they? No, they said they were going to, and then they didn't because reasons, I guess. But I don't accept payment from tool companies, and as far as the inside track, we've always paid for that. And I'll say the same thing that I've always said about the inside track is if you only shop there every so often, then don't buy it. If you shop there a lot and you spend a reasonable amount of money, then do. Also consider if you're making a major purchase and the inside track coupon is worth it. Think about it. Even if even if the inside track coupon is a break even on it, then you've got the inside track for free. You know.
Yep. There have definitely been times when I have thought about whether or not I was going to get something, and I realized that if the purchase price of that is basically the same as if I just paid regular retail, but I get the benefits, go ahead and do it. Zaffiel with the $10 super chat.
Woohoo!
Bought a farm at auction. Finishing process of financing / closing. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. 1800s house, and I've got a way too much junk, aka tools, that need to move with me. Okay, so Zaffiel, where is our new farm? That's what I would like to know.
We got the truck. We'll be there to help you move.
And
look, we can bring our own housing.
Right. So Zaffiel, that's super cool. I am like so excited for you. I can't speak for you, but super cool. Thank you for letting us know. And we don't know anything about having too much stuff like tools. I don't know what you're talking about.
By the way, top of the hour, and I want to say a huge shout out, huge thank you to all of our mods here. They're the ones with their names in blue, and they got the cobalt blue wrench behind their name. A lot of them are also creators. Hey, if you're one of our mods, put a link to your channel right now in there. And for everyone else, take a second and check out their channel. Maybe watch one of their vids, give it a thumbs up, and consider subscribing. Maybe it's some great new content that you've just never seen before that you know is out there. There's tons of great stuff out there. I've been working with Mater over at Mater's work. What is it? I just blanked on it. Was it Mater's Workshop?
Yeah.
And or Mater's Garage. No, not Mater's Workshop. Okay. And we're talking about the new Ghost Predator engine that's coming out. I got a little bit more news about that I'm going to share. Mater and I are going to talk about that at some point here. And anyway, be sure to check them out because they do a great job here with the moderation, and we really appreciate them all. Also, huge thank you to everyone who supports us with the super chats, especially tonight. Wow, I'm still stunned by that.
Yeah.
I think that is officially the largest super chat we've had to date.
Yep.
That's insane. And then also to our members. That's everyone's got the little bear behind their name. Those are the official members that join through the YouTube member program and stuff like that. You all are fantastic. Like family to us. Love having you around, seeing you here every month and whatnot. So thank you all. All right, let's jump in and see if I can. Okay.
Homily 665, speaking of members, has been a member for 30 months.
Woohoo!
Tool Bear says, what's your opinion on the hydraulic impact drivers? Surge, Stealth Force, etc. And I think I just spit on you. Sorry.
I probably need the moisturization.
It was moisturizing.
So here's my take. I hate them. I hate them with a passion.
He's trying to get me to spit water all over.
There's nothing wrong with them, technically speaking. They do a good job. They do exactly what they're supposed to. They're not as loud. But, a lot of stuff with working with tools is muscle memory. And I am getting to be an old enough bear that I don't want to learn new tricks. And I know the way an impact works. And I know the way it should feel. And you're using an impact, it's like tat, 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 tat. The surge and all those liquid ones are like ring, ring. And there's like this wave kind of thing that happens. I don't like it. It feels weird. I feel like I don't have good control of it. A lot of people swear by it. It does a good job. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. I despise them. That's my 2 cents. I had one. Will not own another. Wohawk says we need more power, Scotty. Why am I doing Scotty's accent saying we need more power? Bear says Wise apparently recently has had a data breach, so I would take a look into that if I were you. I never really give any of my serious data on those companies, so I'm hardly if ever worried about data breaches. Let's see here, and at this point I think every company's had data breaches. Blessing Property Maintenance says the Bauer pole saw beats the steel pole saw. John says Metabo HPT 36 volt multi-volt cordless rear handle circuit saw is new. It's a great light saw. Use it for. Sorry, I can't talk today. it sounds like a great saw. Metabo makes some fantastic stuff. Our new neighbor parked behind us over here. He's got Metabo stuff, and he and I were talking about it, and he was surprised how much I knew about Metabo. But it's I love rear handle saws and the 36 volt using the two batteries. I wish more companies would do this rather than switching to a 40 volt system. Just do the dual battery system. That's a great saw, I bet. Camera user says 5.5-inch Bauer Circ saw is great value. $10 for other, $10 more or higher for other brands. Works great for a 12 volt Circ saw. 12 volt Circ saw.
Maybe
Maybe 20 volt. Carter bandsaw guides. Oh, there we go. Fertile Craftsman chimed in. That doesn't sound like the one I used. Maybe it is. I don't remember. Fred says bandsaws and 200 volt, 40 volt scares me. I don't like doing the wiring on 240. I don't like doing wiring on hot stuff anyway, but I've gotten zapped and a long time ago. So wiring noise gets me a little twitchy. Great with low voltage stuff. But bandsaws, I know a lot of people are like really wigged out by bandsaws, and I love working with bandsaws. I would work with a bandsaw over a table saw 8 days a week. David says the titanium plasma cutter keeps jumping in price, almost 1K now. Is it worth the money? At 1K, it's $1,000. I know people who have it. They say it's a great plasma cutter. I don't know if it's worth $1,000. I'm gonna have to re-educate myself on the market though. Problem is, man, shipping and everything is coming up in price. The good news is, I'm gonna be able to see all of that on this week when I'm at the National Hardware Show, because about every welder and plasma cutter known to mankind is at that show. So I'm gonna get to take a look at all of them. Mike says the 40-tooth spider blade is doing good so far. Goes through walnut pretty well. Human flesh doesn't slow it down a bit, and it's not warping yet like my Hercules blades. Oh, you had a problem with the Hercules blades. That's interesting. I didn't warping, huh? Mrs. Bear has some pink in her face.
Yes, the sun found me.
Yeah. Fred says, look at the number of stars leaving LA and Hollywood. Oh, yeah, everyone's fleeing that place. It is, and what's his name? The governor these days. Oh, my gosh.
We're not doing politics.
Yep. This sausage. Just want to say thanks for all the deals from you and the Facebook group. Love the community. Still waiting for the first call out from a band hammer. I had one guy. We had one guy who just turned into through a complete hissy fit, contacted every single mod over it, and I said, look, dude, we have the policy. If you and I even said I'm not going to judge it. If you pay the $20, I will put the whole thing up and put it up to a vote from the group. And if the group says nope, you're in the right, I will pay you $40. He's like, I'm not paying you just the opportunity to you. I'm like, you're not paying me, guy. It's a bet. And the fact that it's quite honestly laid out as a bet. One of us is walking away $20 richer. You're not paying me for this service unless, of course, you know you're lying, which means you know you're lying because you can't even be honest about saying that it's a bet and saying that and said that you're paying me for this. So yeah, he went away. The Michael says Jeff and Jess need to go to bed soon. Do like the outdoor studio. Keep it safe. Radio Mike in Virginia, or in Virginia Beach. Good night, sir. Take care. Frank says, who makes some reasonably priced clamps? Harbor Freight does. Irwin has some. I'm trying to think who else. There seems like somebody else that I was using for clamps other than Harbor Freight and Irwin. No, I think it's just Harbor Freight and Irwin. Those are the two that I go with. I got the Hart clamps, but they came with the table. Wait, they have coupons? LOL. Well, Hawk says, I can't watch Yellowstone because It's through Paramount. It's not on Paramount Plus.
I think that there is a way to watch it. There, I would say go on the internet. There is a way to watch it.
Yeah, because we watched it for free.
Yeah.
Up until like the newer episodes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Hold on there. I gotta catch up. Can you do a review on the new Hart telescoping scrub brush? It was just released. Looks interesting. That sounds cool. I wonder if I could find something that I would need a telescoping scrub brush for. You guys see the underside of our awning. It definitely needs a scrubbing.
I literally was looking at it today when I was when I was putting it out. And I was thinking to myself, I don't have a ladder to stand on. But I really want to clean that, and it will look beautiful when I do.
Let's see here. How is the Milwaukee installer drill driver? I heard it's great. I've not used it, but there's a bunch of them out now. I mean, if you're in the Milwaukee, if you're in the M12 line, then yeah, I'd get that one. But you know, Bosch has got a great little 12-volt system that's pretty cheap. Of course, there's the Festool one that is anything but cheap. Let's see what else is. Somebody else has one. Let's see here. The only thing I hate is the Ryobi color choice. I don't mind the green. I kind of like it. You know, each their own. You know what I don't like is I don't like red in power tools. It's so overused. Everyone and their brother uses red in power tools. I was really excited when Hart came out in white. I thought that was pretty cool. And blue, that's a nice difference. Michael says, Jeff, so true. I can do some things with cheap test gear, meters, scopes, and the like that other deluxe equipment. It's a matter of experience in the trade. Yep. The Barbecue 76 says, by the way, I've been checking what I can see in the background and don't see your portable grill. What's up with that? You're not going to let me down, are you? You're not going to like this. So we do have a grill, and it's on a swing arm on the back of the RV. And you pull the inch pin, and it swings around, and it matches right up with the outdoor kitchen. So you can be at your kitchen and just turn and be right at your grill. But it's a propane grill, which I know you're not happy with. But what I want to do is I want to get rid of it. I want to junk it and put an electric grill on there, because my goal is to have the whole outdoor kitchen cooking thing be all electric, so we're not using propane. Because if we're camped here, we're plugged into power and we get unlimited power. It's all part of the fee and everything else. If we're boondocking, we've got all the solar. At this point, I think I've got close to 1,000 watts of solar panels that I can put out. So I don't need that. The only thing I can't get easily is propane. If I need propane, I got to take the tanks off. I got to drive it into town. Got to pay a bunch of money for it. It's a pain in the backside. So the less propane we can use, the better. And you've been cooking. How's it been? Using electric?
It's been great.
She's got a double stovetop induction cooker. She's got one of those like old school electric griddle things.
And honestly, I use the griddle for most things. Like pasta, I needed to use the
induction, yeah.
Yeah. That's my sign, which you guys can't even see. This is my sign.
Because it's spinning magnets, so.
Right. But yeah, it's so far it's worked really great. I do think it'll be awesome when we have an electric grill, just because there are some things that grilling would be more awesome for.
And then what else do we have? We have the Instapot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Instapot has an air fryer attachment on top. So you can cook in that, you can make soups in that, you can do all sorts of stuff with it.
Yeah.
They're still saying wolves are just as scared of us. Most places, unless you have a dead animal, they won't mess with you. Yep, they can say that all they want. I'm still giving them a wide berth. Jess MacGyver, you should be our patron saint. And Barbecue 76 says, speaking of MacGyver tools, I remember as a kid, the butter knife was my go-to. Oh, yeah, the flathead. That was always the flathead, wasn't it? MacGyver, the Patriot Saint of Boy Scouts. Um, Fred says, so is that like a hog in mud? And Crystalline Sky, hey, how you doing? She says, I love MacGyver because I never had tools on hand. My kitchen was my toolbox.
Yeah.
And Blessed Property Maintenance says, very true. I don't need to spend a lot on tools. I just need them to hold up. I have worn out my Bauer tools and I just need to replace them. My main stores are Ace, True Value, and Lowe's. Yep. What's your favorite pocket knife brand? Well, that's a good question.
I've had this question before.
The
Sorry, I can't stop yawning.
where's my one pocket knife I had? The little flipper that I was carrying. It was in the cup holders up there. Now it's gone.
Probably. In the
What'd you do with
console.
it? Can you grab it real quick? Thank you, my love.
Yep.
So I used to as a kid, I collected Case and Buck pocket knives, and I still like Case. Case still makes a great knife. Buck, not happy with them. I think they went down the wrong path and took profit over quality on those things, and I haven't seen a Buck knife in years that I would want to own. Yeah, that's it. I also have now I can never remember the name. It's the brand that's got the butterflies emblem on it. Paid probably too much for them, but I like them. I like flippers. This company sent me, I think it's Kubi knives. I could be wrong. They're some Chinese. Yeah, Kubi. And this is different. I keep this in the truck. This is my go-to. I like it. I didn't think I would. It's a front flipper, and I will say, at first I didn't get how they work, and I tried doing like this. You got to fully commit to it, and you do it like that, and you can do this. I'm probably gonna get some YouTube violation for this now. I posted. I don't know if you guys have seen the video of me starting the campfire with this. It's like a tube of cardboard, but it's square, and it acts like a rocket stove, and it just basically like it becomes a cardboard blowtorch, and just put it right, instantly lights any campfire. Whatchamacallit? My kids posted it to TikTok, and it got taken down for safety violations. These are cheap. They're like $40-$50. Benchmade. Benchmade's probably my favorite brand. I know a lot of people, a lot of like the 2A guys, and I'm as 2A as they get. If you haven't seen my tats here,
It's hard to see.
yeah, this is Keepin' Bear. Get it, bear. And they gave, they've got their own local politics they've got to deal with, and they're good people, and so I still have their knives. I'm not going to throw them away or something. Anyway, yes.
Sean, I'm gonna probably totally mess up your last name. I think it's Islesworth with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for the 99.
Woohoo!
I love the odd
Old school
numbers.
cool.
Grizzly Industrial Tools. Good, bad, trash. No pun intended.
Well, they're good tools. I love Grizzly. Grizzly makes great table saws. They've got a lot of high quality tools. Are they like saw stop kind of quality? No, but they're not saw stop quality prices. I'll tell you, the Grizzly bandsaw, 14-inch bandsaw, is probably the single best bang for the buck bandsaw out there. It's fabulous. I love that bandsaw. I would not hesitate. I mean, there's always better. There's always something else out there that's better. So you always have to think about what your price point is. But I think for like the average DIYer or even budget professional, Grizzly is fantastic. I know a lot of guys who are professionals who started on Grizzly and then moved up to Laguna or something better or whatnot, and or Saw Stop. But I have no problem with Grizzly stuff. And the CEO is just a fantastic guy. And Mark had commented that Capri tools are growing on him. Capri makes some decent stuff. They really do. I wish they were more active with the social media community because I don't think they get talked about as much as they should. And they also, they have sales. They kind of feel like Napa to me. They have sales, but they're like basically the sales bring it down to like the price it probably should be anyway. There's never really like a blowout sale on Capri. I try to find stuff that's getting sold on Amazon that the algorithm has marked down. And I try to add them into the deals of the week when I can. But yeah, trying to get a good deal with Capri is kind of hard.
David G says Benchmade has butterfly. So that's the one I think you're trying to remember before. Thank you so much, David.
Honestly, I'm not even sure where my Benchmade stuff is. Probably on the desk in Montana. Fred says, "I'm sorry, the price of goods in 22 has gone up 2,650 over 2021. Now as of April, the price of goods is over from last year, up over $5,650. Yeesh." Barbecue 76 says, My content won't take long to make you want that much of your life back, and has been sorely lacking recently. Oh, I know, brother. I know. It's hard to get. Everyone's like, oh, it's so easy doing YouTube. You don't have to do putting out content and finding new things to cover and to be relevant and to not just put out spammy kind of stuff. It's hard. It's a lot of work. Speaking of which, if you ever want to email me, ideas, red@denatools.com. Always looking for video ideas. Barbecue 76, but many things are changing for me in the next several months and have been for the last year and a half. That's why I've been so little on uploads. I get it. However, things change for me soon. I'm hoping to put more, unless you want some of your time back after watching content. At least I hope to pretty soon. Zap says, largest super chat and likely the largest you'll ever get in the future. They maxed out the super chat bar. Did they? Oh, that's cool. Oh, you're talking about like how long it stays up there? Like, yeah, it's still like ticking. I never really noticed until recently that there was a little timer built into that bar. Fred says, it's sad there are people who will not be able to afford the rate of inflation. The pinheads in D.C. don't care. There are two people, workers who are in food. They're food workers. I would think we mean to say people who work like in grocery stores. I know they're protesting and stuff. I got to tell you, we have the issue right now up in Montana, and it's bizarre because it feels like we're in the middle of nowhere, and our prices are going through the roof. It feels like we suddenly went from this sleepy little town that would get some tourists in the summer to this, like they're trying to turn us into Jackson Hole. All these people have moved in with a bunch of money, and now they want to build out all these condos, and they're going to build down into Paradise Valley, and there's a new hotel moving in. There's built one hotel, they're talking about building another hotel, and the people who work like in those hotels and stuff, they can't afford to live in town. And you're like, well, fine, they live out of town or something. But
there really isn't any place out of town either.
But those places are owned by California elites who buy up these ranches for cash. Like someone's like, it was like worth $500,000 last year, and they're like, fine, I'll sell it. Somebody gives me $1 million. So like, here's $1 million. They're like, where am I moving to? Because I gotta move because I just sold it. Yeah. And the problem is that everyone who was renting, there's no rent control or anything, and I believe in a fair market and all that kind of stuff, but suddenly their rents got doubled. And, we've got friends who've had to move. A lot of them, we have friends who are fighting tooth and nail to stay. Major Workshop says, yes, we need to talk more about Ghost. Barbecue 76 says, I put you guys before. This was also meant to be a thank you for the shout out to my channel. I should have started with that. That's okay, man.
No worries.
John says, good night, Bear and Mrs. Bear. Good night. Oh, good chat.
Good night.
Barbecue 76 says, between autocorrect and the text to talk, I post a lot of gibberish. I just read the last comment. I mean,
It's okay. Anyone who knows me personally just has to understand and recognize that I will send you ridiculous text messages because I use talk to text and I don't proofread it. So
oh my
sometimes
gosh.
I send some humdingers.
Oh, the last one, that one you sent to.
Yeah.
What's it? Oh my gosh.
It included a 4-letter word we can't
I
say
don't
on
know
here.
how it put that in there. Most
Yeah.
of them. But I'll tell you this. So we've switched over to the iPhone recently. We've been Android forever. Never had an iPhone before. And I use talk to text on Android all the time. And I get a few of them here and there that'd be kind of weird. The iPhone talk to text compared to the Android is terrible.
Sucks.
It is. And you got to make sure you don't hit send because it'll print it out on the screen. And if you let it wait for a while, it sends it up into the cloud. The cloud's like, no, you're a moron. This is what they meant to say. And it fixes it. Mostly. There's usually one or two I still have to go back in and change. Oh, I got to scroll down. Let me do this. But anyway, Barbecue says, but you get the point anyhow. Thanks for what you guys do. Also, for the shout out for the other creators. No, anytime. We're all just trying to, get our voices out there, be heard. Halo says, last summer I got into the 40 volt Ryobi outdoor power equipment pretty good. I love the brush hog. Now, when it comes to outdoor power equipment, 40 volt is a necessity, I think. 20 volt is only good for small yards and stuff like that, light trimming kind of stuff. 40 volt is where you actually feel like you're using a gas power tool again. Dave G says, thanks for your feedback, your time and your feedback. Fun times as always. Shine on, Bear Family. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bart says, I want to try that new Metabo saw out. I picked up the 36 volt impact and hammer drill combos, so I have 4 batteries now. The big green Godzilla 36 recip is awesome. I've heard nothing but stellar reviews about that recip, the 36 volt recip. I don't see how you could possibly go wrong on that thing.
Skylar, I have to say, I again will probably mispronounce your name, so please correct me. It's Skyla Faria, Faria. $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. And I did see right before that you said, "Hey, what have you heard about surf prep sanding tools and foam abrasive?" I think you mentioned that earlier, maybe.
No, I have not. I know who they are. I've seen some of their stuff. I don't have enough experience with them to say this is what you need to use. I've had people tell me that it's fantastic. A few people, but I've not gotten to that point where okay, I've got I take in feedback from thousands and thousands of people. So, I try to get up to a certain level before I'll start passing that feedback along. I would definitely think it's somebody you should look at if you're looking for that sort of stuff, but I don't have any more information than that at this time. Crystal and Sky says, I love working with a bandsaw. The jigsaw is a close second. Scroll saws. I love scroll saws. Jason says, hey all, jumped in all with battery powered OP this weekend, and my Lowe's had an early spring Black Friday sale on the Skill.
Awesome.
Huge fan bear of the 12 volt, 20 volt, and now the 40 volt lines. So I picked up, I don't know if you guys remember, I picked up the 40 volt Skill lawnmower, gave that to a friend of ours. He's going to be using that this spring, so we'll get some feedback on that. It was one of those closeouts at end of season, like right before winter set in. She went into Lowe's. She's like, sends me a picture of this. Should we buy this? I'm like, yes, buy it now. And we thought we were getting it with no battery.
Oh yeah, and it went missing.
It was like $50 or something like that.
It went missing.
And in the grass catcher was the battery and the charger. Could not believe it.
Yeah.
And then I've got some of the 20 volt stuff. I've got the 20 volt. They actually Skill sent me that pole saw. I feel it cuts just as good as the Bauer, if maybe not a little bit better. But honestly, I like the ergonomics on the Bauer better, and the Skill is the one, and like lots of other Ryobi and a ton of them, where you got to have this other tube that you then have to insert in there and then extend it and take it apart. And I'm like, why not just have the telescoping thing? It just seems simpler. Reckonator says, loved your pressure washer video, but I'm not sure how big I need to clean a second story house. What do you suggest? You have 2 options. Option 1, get a higher pressure. You're going to need like a 2,000 to 3,000 psi pressure washer to hit the second floor. The other option, and you're going to need to be closer to 3,000 to be honest. The other option is getting an extension wand. You could go on Amazon and buy extension wands that will take it up there, and you can do it like that. So that might be something you might want to consider as well.
Okay, now I'm totally thinking about how much fun that would be.
Well, one thing is, like, I need to wash the truck, and we need to wash some grime off the camper here.
Yeah.
And there's no car washing or RV washing facilities around here, and they don't particularly. They're not here. I love this. They will not let you set up and wash your car or your truck, but you can totally hire a company to come in and do it. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I'm planning to get, and I haven't told you this, I'm going to get that Hart cordless one with a 5-gallon bucket, and we're going to do like some piecemeal washing secret.
Isn't it fun when we learn this at the same time? You and I learn at the same time what's happening.
And then I'm only getting the Hart one. I'm not saying the Hart one's better. I'm getting that one because we're using this journey here, this 3 months that we're in, 3 or 4 months that we're in the rig, to test my hypothesis about using Hart tools while you're on the road. Specifically because, you know, when you're in our, I gotta move again. My back's gonna twinge on me. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. When you're on the road, you have as much of a chance of your tools growing legs on you as you do of leaving them abandoned on the roadside. Less of a chance of them getting broken or something like that. So putting too much money into these tools and then having them go off, that's going to hurt a lot. Also, where's a lot of places that people stop when they're RVing to boondock for the night? Walmarts. You can camp in any Walmart, almost any Walmart parking lot, and there's Walmarts everywhere.
Just a reminder to be a conscientious camper and ask. Yeah. A lot of them will allow it, but make sure you check with the manager. It's nothing like getting woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And circle the area first too, because just because they allow it doesn't mean you really do want to stay there.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think of in all of our travels, and correct me if I'm wrong, because he would love to correct me.
Live for it.
I think the only one that I've seen that had a washing area was in Tucumcari.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it was really cool. They had like a designated spot. You could take your camper, you could wash it, no big deal. Kind of wanted to put it in my pocket and take it with me to the next place.
It was a nice little campground.
It was.
I liked Tucumcari a lot. Mm-hmm. The rest of New Mexico can kick sand, but let's see here. Okay, Fred says, I forgot his name. He has a YouTube channel on Class A diesel pushers. Really, I love those things.
Yeah.
Forgot his name 3 weeks ago. So it's Class A burned. Oh, I did hear about that. In fact, we were all just talking about that the other day. One of the guys who pulled in had while on the road, had an electrical fire from his pin box. Some wires got chafed, crossed, sparked, and caught like the insulation and stuff, and that burned all the way down and all the way through, burned out his water pump and a bunch of other stuff, and he's been rebuilding it.
That on is like my nightmare.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, we need to get another fire extinguisher.
Yes. Looking at getting the generator that has motor or uses batteries. Is there one that's both gas and electric power? That I'm stunned now. That would be cool. I would love to see that. So I did something. I gotta confess. I did something recently that I almost never do. I sold something that got sent to me for free, and I felt dirty about it. And I never do that because it does feel dirty. I know some people do it; they feel fine. You guys do. No judgment on you. I'm just living my own life here. I always try to give them to somebody who I know. If we're not going to keep them and use them for long-term testing or personal use, we give them to somebody who needs them or somebody I know who will beat the snot out of them everyday use like a professional, so I can get feedback on what it's like.
Yep.
But recently, I've been doing tests on the power stations. and they sent us a ton of them. Not as many as like e-bikes per se, but we've got probably 7 power stations right now, and there were some that, so I'm keeping just kind of spoiling the plot of the whole power station video line that I'm doing.
Why are you spoiling?
Yeah, that's their family. They know. Uh, the Blue Eddy is the one we're going to definitely keep, and then the Big Blue, which is slightly smaller than the Blue Eddy. The Blue Eddy is the top of the line, not the top line. It's the 2250. It's a big power station. The one that's just under that's a 2,000 watt, the Big Blue, we gave to Duncan's mom, and so that's at her house. So in case we're not around and something happens, then she'll have some power. And then that leaves us with a bunch of other boxes, and so I sold the this other one, and it was worth about $600-700 depending on what sale price it was, and I sold it for all of $100. But I just needed the space because I've been storing them, bless you, in the wife's outdoor kitchen, and she's about to murder me for taking up space in her outdoor kitchen. Anyway, there was a point to this story. What was the point to my story?
He's getting old.
We were talking about electrical fires.
Yeah.
They were talking about electricity. I don't remember what the point was. Anyway, apparently it was pointless. Moving on.
Thank you for joining us on this journey.
And no, I've not been drinking today. That was yesterday. Is there any more info on the leaked Harbor Freight plunge router? No more info. And I sent my contact at Harbor Freight an email, and I got to tell you this story. So I sent him an email, heard nothing back about the plunge router, just totally ignored it. But the contact I have now is like my third or fourth official contact that I have over Harbor Freight. My first official contact, who has since gone off into the stratosphere of management over there at Harbor Freight, and I rarely get a chance to talk to. Great guy. He's a family guy, got a younger growing family. He's sharp as a tack, and just a good person. Anyway, but when the Admiral Saw came out, before I even got the video out, it was Friday night. I sent him a text message going, "Did you do this thing?" And I forgot I've changed my phone number.
Oh.
Since the last time I texted him. So he doesn't respond, and I respond after. I'm talking about the Admiral Saw, and he comes back going, "Is this Redbeard?" And for this, if you don't know, it used to be Redbeard and the Den of Tools, and then we just changed it to the Den of Tools. Anyway,
Yep.
You all right?
Mm-hmm.
And
He just came to say hi.
Yeah.
I was just looking at your face. I didn't know if it was a scratch or just dirt.
Just dirt.
Dirt and sweat.
It's fun and dirt and sweat.
But anyway, I'm like, what did I say? I said something about how he figured out who it was. He's like, no, the hate on the small plastic saws kind of gave it away. Anyway, we had a good chat about it, but it was just funny. Is there any, okay, we're talking about what, I watched your pressure washer video. Which PSI would you recommend for vinyl siding? 2,000 to 3,000. Depends on the type of siding you have and what kind of dirt you get. If you're getting like the super thick kind of moss kind of stuff, you're going to want to be up near 3,000. If you're down here and you just got like dirt and dust and stuff, you can be lower on that. MD says, what is your opinion on the Skill 12 volt versus the Makita 12 volt? Makita has a huge 12 volt line. A lot people don't realize that they've been doing 12 volt for a long time. They've got a huge line of tools. They're fantastic tools. They're not cheap, and you pretty much have to order them online because almost nobody has anything beyond the basics in stock in store. I'm a Makita fanboy from way back in the day. My first cordless tools were the old Makita 9 volt drills and stuff, or was it 7 volt? I think it was 9 volt. Anyway, for a DIYer or even a budget-minded professional, I would, if they've got, because they don't have as big a selection of tools, but I would definitely get the skill. I bought the skill with my own money. Skill has since sent me some tools in the 12-volt line. I love them, and they're great tools. Not a fan of the Ratchet as much. It's just too bulky in that format. I know some people like it. I like the Harbor Freight version of the Hercules 12-volt ratchets. I think they nailed it on that with that kind of setup there. I wish more people had gone that route with it. But uh, the all the rest of the stuff is fantastic. I love the Skill 12-volt line. Fred says, can you believe this? Right now, from 2 years ago, your live YouTube is on your red toolbox. Really? Was it that long ago? Anyway.
Wow. Wow.
What?
Just my brain's processing that. Barbecue 76 with the $2.76 super chat. Can't really be Redbeard anymore, can ya?
Oh, that's not nice, dude.
Accurate.
Kicking a man when he's down. All we were looking at old photos the other day, and the younger one is like, "You used to have a red beard." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks. I hadn't noticed." Crystalline Sky says she's out. Mater's Workshop has put up another video. Woo!
Have a great night.
Clint says, Jeff, did you get a new lever action boomstick yet? Best regards. Right now, I only have two. I have the Long Ranger from Henry. I love Henry. And the customer service, oh my gosh, I guys tell you the story where they just sent me a replacement stock and matching forend. Those people are, we need to put them on our Christmas card list. And then I bought a used Marlin, early 70s Marlin lever action in 44. And love that thing. That is, I need to go 357 now, and then, and then maybe some more. Mike says, I like the Hercules line of tools, but after a few times resawing pine 2x4s, their 10-inch blades do have a tendency to warp a little bit, by about 3/16 of an inch. Really? I hadn't seen that. AOC will like you very much with no propane. Because I'm always trying to make her happy. What's the Goldilocks choice for extension cord gauges? I don't know if there is one. Because you have to match your extension cord gauge to what you're running it with. Because if you go too low, bad things happen. And if you go too high, your money goes bye-bye. So we have probably way too many extension cords. I've got a ton of them. I've got everything from super heavy duty to super lightweight. Sorry, I don't believe that there is a Goldilocks zone because it has to be specific to what you're using it for. Barbecue 76 says, actually, I've noticed I have nothing against propane and use it a lot. If I wanted an electric grill, I would buy a George Foreman or something like that, not an electric grill, to be continued. Although I was thinking about getting one of those Green Mountain tailgater pellet grills. I don't know if Pit Boss has one that size. Maybe they do. That'd be awesome to be able to put a pellet grill out there. That's technically electric as well, so it's like a hybrid. Mike says 3/16 of an inch warp is acceptable for general construction, but makes precision cutting and woodworking and frustrating when making panels. And I'll be honest, I've not used those saw blades for anything other than like rough cutting kind of stuff. So I probably haven't noticed. Maybe you're entirely right. How do you use the Irwin Marples? What did you think of those? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Barbecue 76 says, I understand what you say about not using the fuel that you have to a limited supply of, but I also don't see the point in an electric grill. I could recommend several portable camping grills. There are ways to take an electric grill and add flavor. Like you can put pellets in one of those burn tubes. You can add that in there if you want to add the flavor and stuff. But you can still get a sear, and the juices come down. They hit the hot, the elements, flame up, and you get that kind of recirculating of the juices and the flame and the smoke and everything. I've cooked with grills like that quite a bit, and I found them to be acceptable. I don't think they're as good as a pellet grill or a charcoal grill, but you know they're not bad. And for that kind of cooking, we do it in the fire pit. Honestly, maybe what I should do is instead of putting a grill on there, have a table that swings around, so you can have like an L-shaped workspace.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
We have a space to put something to cook, but I don't like to cook in the kitchen because then it just gets like food smells and
smoke and grease and stuff up in there.
Are you trying to say that it smokes when I'm cooking? Is that what you're saying?
Only when I do it.
Only when I light it on fire.
There is, like, this camp spot comes with a really super heavy duty. It's funny. It's a super heavy duty workbench. Or not workbench. Picnic bench table over here. So she uses that as her cooking area. She puts the stuff out there, and we have a heavy gauge, extension cord that's not a long distance one. It's like 15 foot, but runs into the kitchen, so she can plug that stuff in. The Chef Shade Tree says, "Hi, Jeff and Mrs. Bear." I guess it's actually and Mrs. at the Den of Tools.
Yep.
Barbecue says, "However, I understand the utilization of space in an RV, so I see what you're saying, but I still see no use for an outdoor George Foreman type thing." The reason for the outdoor cooking is that when you cook inside, it transfers all the heat. It captures the heat and makes the inside unlivable. And especially when you're in the Southwest and when it gets close to on the warm days, you do not want to cook inside. You will kill everybody.
We're blocking Inferno 224. Are you trying to say that she can burn water? Yep. That's exactly what he's saying. And both of you are now banned.
My brother can. Evan has burned water.
Yeah.
That little bugger. He ruined that pot. It wasn't a nice pot or anything. It was just he was making mac and cheese and fell asleep boiling the water.
Don't do that.
Bear says, "Did I ever send you the picture of my knife and blade collection spread out on my bed?" I don't think you have. You should send that over. Fred says, "Anyone who doesn't give bears, wolves, cats, etc. respect are idiots. If you see one, for God's sake, don't turn your back on them. A man was killed last week at Yellowstone National Park." Yep, we heard about that. Yeah, that's the problem with Yellowstone is people treat it like it's a freaking zoo. It is not a zoo. Those are real animals out there. They're not animatronic. They're not in cages. Mark says, "If you want tools from Taiwan, get them while you still can." That is kind of an issue, isn't it? It's a little worrisome about that. Fred says, "What I've been told is buck knives now are too soft. I've owned buck knives since 1976. The great thing, no matter what, they have a lifetime warranty if it breaks." David says, "If China makes a play for Taiwan, how will it affect tools made there? They will go away. That's what will happen."
Yeah.
That'll be a non-starter.
There's another Jeep.
Zaf says $500 is max for a single super chat. I didn't know that. I thought they did that whole thing where like they were doing like, oh, maybe that was on like Twitch and stuff where they were doing like $10,000 donations and stuff.
Yeah, I will be honest, I've never looked at that.
Yeah, that's never even thought about it. Pete says, "Hey Jeff, did you ever notice that the smaller tools that Grizzly sells look very much like Harbor Freight stuff, just rebranded?" Oh yeah, if you ever get a chance, and a lot of people look at the website for Grizzly, and it looks like Grizzly tool stuff, but they have a catalog, and if you go through the catalog, it's Harbor Freight. Well, it's Harbor Freight plus way more, but they have all like the old school Harbor Freight from 10 years ago. They have all of that, all the cheap, crappy tools and stuff you ever saw at Harbor Freight. They have all that as well. I just assume when I tell people that Grizzly's okay that they know not to buy those. So I'm mostly talking about the shop equipment. Inferno Craftsman says, "Even with higher prices, the local Home Depots are swamped. They're moving more inventory than ever. Where is the money coming from?" I have no idea what is going on. I'll be honest. It's because we're not sending out checks anymore to everybody.
I feel like I did read something recently about somebody was talking about maybe another stimulus check would be happening because the price of groceries is going up. It could have been crackpotnews.com. I'll be honest, I don't remember where I saw that.
Well, I will say this. Here's the other thing. So many people are working from home, and you don't understand when you have to commute and go to work. You've got a wardrobe, you've got cars, you've got gas, you've got insurance, you've got eating out, you got to, when I started working from home, we were stunned by how much money we saved. It was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. And I didn't realize how much of my paycheck was going into me just being able to go to work. So, did you ever piece of construction equipment? I get to run a small JD backhoe. Have I ever run construction equipment? I've run some stuff here. I've run a backhoe before, and I never did get. I always wanted to have a bobcat. I never had a chance.
I've looked like the last 2 Christmases for a bobcat. Can't find one for him. I mean, I can find one, but they're like $9 billion, and I don't have $9 billion. So, I've looked for one.
I love backhoes.
I'm just saying I love you, and I've been trying to find one.
I love you. But never any of the big equipment, no. My wife wonders, Fred says, how long these people from California will last during Montana's winter. Well, that's it. All of our friends in Montana were like, we want the worst, hardest winter ever to hit and last forever and see how many of them stay. Hopefully none. PT says, thank you for the ossicones.
Ossicones.
Frank says, I have the 60-volt Greenworks outdoor tools. Fred says he's also going to be right back. Frank said that, and then Fred says he's going to be right back.
Well, and I think they're both back now.
Backmaster says, thumbs up, people. How you doing, man? Bear says, one of the things I have noticed with my Bauer pole saw with the telescoping will slowly slip over time for me. Really? I'll have to check. I haven't used it a lot. I usually do the low-hanging stuff, and then I'll use the telescoping to get a few things. I don't usually have to use the telescoping a whole bunch. John says you could also run a 2-story tip. I have that, and that's what I was talking about. A 3100 PSI machine and run a 2-story soap and washer tip with no issues. Mark says they're all afraid people will pressure wash the engine compartment, maybe. And let's see, Fred says also camping at Cracker Barrel and Cabela's. We have done the Cracker Barrel thing. It's always nice to get some comfort food, get a hangout, nice free spot. John says, I know Milwaukee has a dual battery generator. They have the MX thing, the on-site power thing there, but I've not seen something that takes gas and electric. Fred says, lesson learned. Please, RVs will go up in a second. Please have a fire escape plan. Check your smoke and CO2 detectors. Don't have the minimum number of the fire exits. This is true. So that's one of the reasons when we bought this. It's 2 doors, plus all the escape windows, plus we got smoke detectors and the fire extinguishers.
I tested them recently.
Yes. Well, no, that was me. Oh,
one of us was cooking.
I was cooking outside on the campfire, and one of the kids left the door open, and the smoke drifted in and set the fire alarm off.
So that works. But I mean, it also goes without saying that you need to do that in your own home. You need to have, know where you go. Especially, everybody needs to know that. If you have kids, remind them of alternate exits and have a meetup location that is not the front of your house, because if your house is really going, you're not standing in front of it.
Mark Olson says 100% right at Fred and at Tools. Let's see here. Fred says, is Harbor Freight starting to get caught up on their back order of tools? Some. I was in one the other day, and like half of one aisle was empty, and it was weird. And honestly, though, it kind of struck me as if they were redoing their floor plan, because I mean it was empty. But everything else I've been seeing is in stock. Fred says, is Harbor... Oh, I just said that. I just read that. Any comment on pressure washing treated wood on a deck versus the damage done to it by pressure washing?
I think they mean pressure treated wood. Like if you pressure wash, pressure treat. Do you know what I mean?
Pressure washing pressure treated wood
Yes.
should not be an issue, as I understand it. But I'm not an absolute expert on that sort of thing, so.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
I didn't even get it
Cheap
at once.
reviews in the house. Hey guys, glad to see you again. Now plug the Facebook page. Yeah, if you're not a member of the Facebook page, are we at? Have we passed 100K? We are right at 100K last I checked. As far as members, I gotta tell you, I absolutely love our community over there. Such nice people. All people always helping each other out, sharing great deals. It's a great community. I'm really, really proud of it.
Not quite. Almost.
Halon says, so think we will see an end to chip shortages? Finally got an Xbox Series X and see more in stock now. Don't tell my children.
Secret safe with me, I promise.
Oh, they keep pestering us for that or a PlayStation. I'm like, you've got the Nintendo Switch and you never even use that. Greg says, time for me to go to bed. It's almost time for us to go to bed, I think.
Yep.
What time is it?
Oh,
we're right at
Yep.
2 hours. Let me see how far behind I am.
You got a little bit. You're good.
Oh, I'm practically caught up. Let's
Don't
churn and
jinx
burn.
it. Knock on
Churn
wood.
and burn. Barbecue 76. I wasn't even thinking about pellet grills when I made my earlier comment. You jogged my memory. To be continued. So the guy behind us, he's got a toy hauler. Hey. Anyway, he was talking about he used to actually carry a full size pellet grill in his toy hauler. He said it was just too much, and I can imagine that would be extreme. Also, his toy hauler is rigged for desert running, so they flip the axles so it rides much higher. So that means the ramp is much steeper, and there's some folks there. He's a little bit older than me, and yeah, I can imagine going up and down that thing. That would be a bit much. What sucks right now, Fred says, with my back is I can't take out my broomsticks. Oh, that's yeah. I got to take my new one. I got two of the. I got the new Sub 2K from Keltec, and I've got the Ruger P. I think it's called the P9 breakdown model. We need to take those out into the desert and have some fun with them. Barbecue says the new portable pellet grills I've seen at the market, but I can't speak for the quality or longevity. I know. And that's kind of thing is I got to worry about the quality because it would be sitting on the back of an RV bouncing.
Mhm.
But I got to say, I think I like the idea better of like a table that came around. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Because I really like cooking over the campfire too. I want to get one of those tripods that has the grill that comes down. What I want is they have these things that you hammer a stake into the ground, and they've got like these arms. Like one's got a grill on it, and one's got like a pot hook on it and stuff.
Mhm.
So you can when the food's done, you just swing it out of the fire, and then you can swing it back. The only problem with that is the ground around here is like concrete.
Yeah.
It is super hard. You're gonna bang that in the ground, it's gonna bounce right back at you. Fred says, "Did you install solar?" No. We've got portable solar cells. The kind that fold like you get with the portable generators. We've got a whole bunch of those, and I can hook them all together in parallel and run power. Speaking of picnic, I watched a movie the other night with your cousin. It was Yogi Bear. And 76 says, Barbecue 76 says, and then there's different restrictions. The places have an outdoor cooking equipment. Propane is usually a green light. Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of places that will not let you use something that has that burns with wood. So you're right. That's another reason against that one, or another mark against it. Fred says, can you believe yesterday I burned taco shells? Forgot to put the timer on.
I can totally believe that.
I could totally see that happening.
That would be me all day long.
By the way, if you want tacos and you're in Boulder City, what is it? Big T's Cantina?
Yeah.
Swordfish tacos. Awesome, man. Just awesome.
If you don't like spicy, then you would probably want to get them plain or have the stuff on the side.
They're a little caliente.
Sometimes it's really spicy. I've tried it before, and sometimes it's not. But I would just say err on the side of caution if you are not into spicy.
And for full clarity, for those who are following my keto journey, I don't know if you can see it, the hash mark. That's what these hash marks are on my arm. They're every day that I've managed to stay keto. I'm trying to remind, because my biggest problem is when I go, I get hungry, and I'm like, I just got to eat, and I'll forget in the moment, in the heat of the moment, the food lust comes in, and I'll just forget I'm supposed to be keto. And this helps remind me. But like when we go there, I get the tacos minus the taco. I get just
Right.
on a plate, no tortilla.
And what I get is I get guacamole with a side of shrimp or 2 sides of shrimp. And they look at you funny when you order like that, but they do it. And now they don't really look at me funny because I eat there kind of regularly.
And we tip well. So.
Yeah.
They actually come out with a cart, and they have a whole slew of ingredients, and they shell the avocado. I don't know if you call it shelling or whatever it is. They peel it.
They mash it all up.
And they mash it right there, and then they mix in all the stuff you want, as much of the stuff you want, or as little of it as. It's cool.
It's really cool, and it's delicious.
And they get decent margaritas too, so that's kind of nice. Bear says, just sent you an email. Think I sent it to the right one. You'll have to let me know because I kind of have 2 emails for you. They don't go to the same place,
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be an issue. Michael says, any insight or info you can give us about upcoming tools from Cobalt's 24-volt line, like the nail gun or the 12-volt skill line? I've not heard anything new from Skill. Shervon's pretty tight-lipped usually about the kind of stuff they put out. I have seen leaked pictures of the Cobalt nail gun. No word if it's actually going to happen. But they've built it. It's in cobalt blue. It's a nail gun. I've seen pictures of people using it at like a trade show or something. But I don't know anything more than that. Bear says, also about 2/3 of my collection at the time in that photo. And I've added another 7th in the picture and adding new things. Hut Hut asks, what are your thoughts on the Flex, and do you think you could review any new tools coming out in the future? If they come out with new tools that I think are going to be game changer kind of stuff, I would like to review them. I think they're fabulous tools. Everything I've used from them has been top notch. I think the recip saw they make is probably the best recip saw I've ever used. I love the lifetime warranty. I've talked to the people there. They've sent me free tools, just as full disclosure, and I like them. I would not buy them personally for me because I'm no longer in the trades or doing things professionally. I'm a homeowner who tests tools and stuff like that. And I think for the average person, you don't need stuff like that. But if you are serious about you're in the trades and you need heavy duty power, yeah, it's definitely one I would consider. Fred says, can you believe the San Francisco mayor blaming everyone that it's their fault for the high crime? You have got to be kidding me. I just saw a video of an armed robbery up on, what mountain is that? The one that overlooks the city. The one that's got the big antenna on it. You drive all the way to the peak. No, that's all in the sea. This is the one that's down near south.
Why is he asking me? I am like directionally
Anyway,
ding dong. I don't know what it's
You
called.
get a lot of people who go up there, amateur photographers, professional photographers, who go up there to take these dramatic pictures across the bay and stuff, right? So this guy's loading, $10,000, $20,000 worth of video and photography equipment into his van, and this guy comes up and these guys jump out of the car, beat him down. The other guy pulls a gun, and they just loot his car of all this high-end equipment and drive off while this other family films it. And they broad daylight, no fear. Anyway, camera user, there's a joke that I heard that Bozeman is now being called Bose Angeles. Oh, they've been calling it Bose Angeles for a while. Bear, we have heard from Jeff Toohey.
Probably because it's cold.
Yeah, probably so cold up there. We have a friend who lives, and he's got a family ranch outside of Bozeman. Great guy, great family. Bear One says, on the topic of tools at Harbor Freight, I finally saw the gold Icon ratchet in the wild about 3 weeks ago. They had 4 at the store.
Super cool.
We were just over at my son's mother's house, the old Duncan's house, and I was, in his room talking to him. I looked over.
I saw it with the door open.
Yeah, he's got the icon over there, and it's place of honor on top of his bookshelf.
Yep.
Fred says, sad to say, RV trailers in a matter of minutes are burned down to the ground. A house will take a little longer. Fire is fire. RV trailers, boats, any of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Icon Bitset is in-store only. Just saying. Not only is it in-store only, most stores do not have it on the shelves. It's a little tiny box, and I think they're worried it's just going to walk out. So you have to ask for it, and they have to go in the back and find it. And again, it's a tiny box, so it could take some time for them to find it. Rabble Master says, what do you think of Craftsman brushless line? Looking at them to replace my older DeWalt 18-volt line for masonry and farm shop work. They're decent tools. Don't get me wrong. I think they're overpriced. I think the batteries are really overpriced, and I would sooner go with Cobalt. Everything in Cobalt is brushless. The batteries are reasonably priced, and the tools have more power.
I thought you were caught up.
Fred says used RV prices are plunge. Are they? I'll have to take a look. Yeah, some people say that it's already starting, but we'll see. NRF says, love the channel. Keep up the good work. When are you going back to Montana? In June. And that's it. We're caught up. All right. Well, that said, we got to go. We've run over. Thank you for joining us all tonight. We love spending this time with you. Thanks again to all the mods. Be sure to check them out. Check out their channels and support them as well. We love to support the entire tool community here on YouTube. Thank you for the super chats. What was his name? Who did the $500 one?
It was the
I'm terrible with names.
Liberties.
Just click on the icon.
Oh, yeah, Liberties.
Liberties. Why did I forget that? It's our daughter's middle name, Liberty. So
yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much, and to everyone else who threw a super chat our way, even all the way down to $1. It's the thought that counts, and any little support. Even if it's just liking, hitting the thumbs up.
With a friend.
Yeah, sharing with a friend. We appreciate all of it. And anyway, you all, our members. I almost forgot our members. Thank you to all our members who support us each and every month. They're fantastic and, true tool bears in their own right. You can tell because they got tool bear behind their name.
That's right.
Anyway, thanks again for joining us. Let us know what you think about the outdoor setting. We could keep going now because the sun it's right below the mountain range. Maybe you can go outside and make up some margaritas. No, it's nap time. It's nap time. Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.